In this video, we'll demonstrate what processes that we go through to begin a live stream on Saturday or Sunday morning. Um, Earlier in one of the training videos, we showed you how to set up the scheduled live event on Facebook and YouTube. In this video, we will connect to these events on Saturday like we did on Sunday morning and prepare the live stream. We'll verify the streaming key for all three platforms and do a test go live. We also will show you how we basically frame up all of our cameras once we get them connected to OBS. So this is a previously recorded video. Now I'll talk through um, basically what I'm doing here. So initially when I come in on Sunday morning, I'll log into the church YouTube page. I go to go live. Um, I select that top section basically. Um, no, that have to select the top button to go to the go live screen. Make sure you have the correct live screen button selected. Now we're connected to our go live event. So next we'll go on to Facebook and do the same. We're going to create a studio. Once we're in the Creative Studio, we'll click Go Live. And Facebook will provide us this friendly pop-up and we'll just connect to the event. When we get into Facebook, we'll use the streaming key for the streaming option and not use the camera to use the streaming key. So we're almost ready for Facebook. We're ready with Facebook. Now it's time to verify our streaming keys on both platforms is properly configured and we're using the correct key on Caster. So let's open up Caster IO. We'll log in. We'll open up our live stream. Here you'll see our two platforms. One is Facebook. We'll check Facebook streaming key, make sure it matches the streaming key in Facebook. Next, we'll do the same for YouTube. We'll make sure the YouTube streaming key matches. If these streaming keys does not match, the live feed that Caster push out to these platforms will not connect and we will not be live on those platforms. Next, we'll check the streaming key for Caster. Remember, we broadcast from OBS to Caster, which in turn broadcasts to YouTube and Facebook. So let's verify the key is properly configured inside of OBS. We do that by clicking, we go to the settings in OBS. All right, maximize. Click stream. Here you see where we have our server and streaming key set up. Have to verify that it matches what's in Caster. Okay, that's all in sync. All of the streaming keys seems to be connected. Next thing I do is do a basically a live stream. At this point, we can stream to Caster, but since the active button inside of Caster is turned off, um, the stream will not be pushed out to YouTube and Facebook. But this is a preliminary check to make sure that the network is performing well. So you should see the live stream coming into Caster. But since the toggle is off, it's not being broadcast to YouTube and Facebook at this time. So this is a quick check to make sure we are getting out to the end. As you can see, the preview screen kind of lags behind what's actually going on the desktop. So that let us know that we are broadcasting. As you can see, we stop the screen, therefore caster will stop receiving live feed and it will go to a black screen. Okay, next, let's move on to how we basically frame up our initial shots, making sure the live feeds coming in from the camera and from the microphones before the service start. So here we are in OBS. Okay, we have camera one selected. We go to camera two. Sometimes it doesn't um, select the correct camera, so we have to go in and make sure we select one of these game capture devices. So in this situation, we had to make sure that the resolution is set properly. At this point, I'm moving the camera and basically framing up the podium for the announcements and the deacon, the devotion, and etc. So we frame up this shot, and the second camera, or the first camera, will basically be a wide angle view of the podium that the pastor is preaching from. So this is camera two. On Sunday morning, we also work with uh, the guy running the mixing board to make sure we're getting audio through the mixing board into OBS. We have to make sure the Windows sound devices are turned on and properly connected to OBS to hear the sound. Uh, so that concludes this tutorial. That's all we have for this one.